Hello, this is the artist known as, or you can call me Mr. Nintendo. This will be my first vlog for the end show, where I just talk and do absolutely just whatever, you know? Because I create critique, and I do a lot of things Nintendo like. But this is where I get to sit back and just relax. So, let's talk about Nintendo a little bit, and a little bit of history. I started out with my first machine, which is an NES. Back in the day, I remember my favorite game of all time was Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. If y'all remember that, that was where he took Castlevania and turned it into an RPG almost, like pretty awesome. I also grew up with a Game Boy. We all had a Game Boy, Tetris, and all those lovely games. Amazing. I never got into Sega, to be honest with you. I was never a Sega person. Though Sonic was interesting, so was Echo the Dolphin. I never got into Sega. I stayed with Nintendo for most of my life. I had a, oh, sorry, I'm a little bit tired here. It's 11:37 p.m. at night, but that's okay. I had a, crap, an SNES system that was an awesome system. I would say my favorite game was Zombies Ate Your Neighbors. I think that's how you pronounce it. But you can't forget Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 6, or 6 or 5, Legend of Zelda, and a bunch of other games. It was an awesome system. And I do remember this I do remember this like it was yesterday. I believe I sold my Super Nintendo for a N64 when that came out. Now, my first game for the N64 was a Mario game, but I also remember having Madden and Doom. I'm trying to think. And then I got the Legend of Zelda, the first one, Ocarina of Time, which I have now for the 3DS, and a few other games I just don't remember. But my last Nintendo didn't last long because when the PlayStation, I saw a PlayStation, so I sold my N64 and got a PlayStation. My first game for that was, of course, Final Fantasy 7, and I got a lot of games for the PlayStation. And then the PlayStation turned into the PlayStation 2, which became my knowledge of loving everything Sony. Now, here's the thing. Years later, Nintendo creates the Wii. Well, in between all this, I was still updating with the handhelds. I had every single version of Nintendo's handheld, all the way up to the DS. Wait, sorry. It was the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. That's what it was. And then the Game Boy Advance I sold, and eventually I got the first DS system, which was awesome. I loved it. It was fantastic. My first game, of course, was Spider-Man, which sucked. And at the same time, from graduating from my first college, I got myself the Nintendo Wii, which was awesome. I loved it. So I had a Nintendo Wii and a DS. I was living in hog heaven. I can't believe that. It was in hog heaven. Well, I moved to Philly, and I lived in college dorms, and some asshole, excuse me for my language, came into my apartment one night and decided to steal all my Nintendo Wii games, plus my Nintendo DS. I was quite pissed. So I went through a down period of, what do I want to do? I had a Wii, but yet I didn't feel like rebuying everything I had before, so I sold my Wii after Wii Fit called me a couch potato. I hate that game. And then I coaxed my way into getting a Xbox 360, and it was, I believe, this past August. No, it was last June. It was last April. I traded my 360 for a PS3. So I have a PS3. But then my mother wanted a Wii, so she got a Wii for Christmas, which is kind of redundant. And that's about the time where I got my limited edition 25th anniversary Legend of Zelda 3DS. Now, out of all the systems that I own, I look back and I tell myself that right now the 3DS is one of the best systems I own, next to my PlayStation 3. Why do I still hold on to my PlayStation 3? I could sell and buy more 3DS stuff, but I'm waiting for that one game, which is Grand Theft Auto 5, San Andreas, redone again. When that comes out, the videos are just really tempting. Do I, or have I bought anything for PS3 this year? No. The last game I bought for it was, what was that game? Oh yeah, Skyrim. Really highly addicting. And then Sony kind of tempts you with their PS Vita. I'm tempted to get it, just because I can play Skyrim on the go, but it's just really too tempting. Because right now, I am enjoying my 3DS. The last game I got for the 3DS was, of course, Kid Icarus Uprising, one of the best games. I would say I will be critiquing it, and I will be critiquing it in a later episode, but just for now, let's just keep this between, YouTube viewers and YouTube viewers. So, this is a new hobby of mine, a new channel idea of the N show, and I'm hoping this goes places, I had to realize and come to the realization that I'm a Nintendo fan. At heart, I'll always love Nintendo, and no matter what happens, Nintendo will be there inside of me. Whether you're an intermediate, an expert, advanced, or maybe just a light gamer, Nintendo will always be there, in the future until the end. I look at myself as quite funny. Nintendo, PlayStation, and Mac. I love Mac. The machine I'm using, my MacBook, and of course, you can't see over there, that's my iMac, my lovely iMac machine. Gorgeous, gorgeous, sexy machine, and it is. I'm a designer, so it all comes in handy. So, what am I looking forward to that Nintendo's coming out with? Well, right now on my list of things to get is I want to get Spirit Camera. I think that's awesome. Mist for the 3DS. That's going to be awesome. That's just coming out. Those are all the stuff that's coming out recently within the next month or so. I'll be going out and buying those badasses like there's no tomorrow. Now, what will I be getting, I guess, as of coming up? I'm looking to get Tales of the Abyss, which is supposed to be one of the best RPGs so far for the 3DS. And I don't know what else I'm getting, but I will figure something out. I'm thinking about getting that Hollywood crime or Hollywood whatever it is, because I've heard that's a good game too, a good puzzle game, but we'll see. But for now, I think this channel is going to start off and it's going to do well, and I'm hoping I'll go places. So with all you people out there in YouTube land and on Facebook, please add the channel for the N show. Send in your comments and requests to the email, which it will be on here, which I'll add, and it's also in the little comment thing below, with your questions about Nintendo or Nintendo-based products. And if you want to know anything about your 3DS or Wii, I am the Nintendo Guru. I can answer just about anything. This is the artist known as, or you can call me Mr. Nintendo, doesn't really matter, signing out for the night, saying adios and peace.